Well, hello, YouTube family and friends. Welcome back. Or if you're new, I am Texas Beach Mom or Mama Robin, whichever you prefer. And today is Watch Wednesday. I have a story for you today. I recently discovered a new channel, it's new to me. It probably not new at all. It doesn't look like it's real new, but because there's a lot of videos. But it's new to me. And the name of the channel is called Secret in the Dark. And on his channel, or her channel, it's Guy's voice, but on this channel, there are several videos of the Watts case. Some of them more directly dealing with Chris. One of the ones I found very interesting was called Chris Watts Had a Double Affair. He Was Gay, with a question mark. So you remember after he was arrested, there was some people that came forward, said they'd been with Chris. There was a woman came forward. And there was one man in particular named Trent Bolt. And the police dismissed it. They thought he was just trying to grab his 15 minutes of fame or whatever, I guess, for having a gay affair with a murderer. I don't know. But anyway, they dismissed it. But apparently, in this video, because I watched it, there was several men that came forward, not just one. And in this video, the person doing the video has brought several receipts. I don't think there's enough receipts to make a strong enough case that he was absolutely living a double life as a gay man. But there was enough receipts to make you go, is it possible? Maybe it was. I mean, we don't know. The video is very interesting. Like I said, he talks about this guy by the name of Trent Bolt, and apparently there was other men that came forward. But Trent was the one that apparently he had a long-term affair with, like before Nicole. So while he was with Shanann, he apparently was having this affair with Trent Bolt. And then after him and Trent broke up, he started his affair with Nicole. Now, so there's been several interviews with this Trent Bolt. And the person that makes this video, the person that talks about this story, talks about the fact that Trent's story stays consistent. It doesn't waver. The screenshots show a different side to things. He talks about how Trent's timeline matches up, so forth and so on. So it makes you wonder, I mean, was he bisexual? Or was he just a closeted gay? Or is this Trent Bolt and a bunch of other men apparently just full of crap? Now, we all know about his friend Dylan Tomlin, and him and Dylan were supposed to, they were in the cells next to each other. And Dylan wrote those books talking about conversations he's had with Chris. But something else apparently Dylan talked about that's not in the books, or maybe it was in the books, I don't remember it. I don't think so. But he talks about how there was several times I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry, that Chris asked for Vaseline, but not for softer skin, not for cracked lips, but other reasons. There was times that the guards seemed to know when to look away, which is pretty common in most jails, most prisons, because they look away for one reason or another. There was times that Chris would ask for things that he normally wouldn't get but he would get them. There's hints, rumors, if you know, probably hints. In this video, there's hints that maybe Chris was having a relationship with one of the guards. Because Chris, according to this video, from this Secret in the Dark, according to this video, Chris got pretty much everything he asked for. Everything he asked for. This video hints that Chris's marriage failed. Not directly from Nicole, but it started failing when he started having feelings about other men that he wasn't supposed to have. And he was sneaking off to Denver, from Frederick to Denver, to meet up with this Trent Bolt. This video talks about quiet dinners out, how Chris always paid with cash, never with a card, because Shanann did the finances, and everybody knows that Shanann everybody knows that Shanann traveled for work a lot. Sometimes Chris would go, sometimes he would stay behind. Sometimes he would take care of the kids, but sometimes family would take care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? So apparently, according to this Trent Bolt, Chris was sneaking out a lot, going from Frederick to Denver, meeting him at hotels. Like I said, there was gifts, there was quiet dinners. He said that he found Chris to be very gentle. Stuff like that. Now again, I don't know how true this is. I've seen other reports like this, but this is a pretty good video. It talks about that while Nicole may have been a big part of why he did what he did, maybe it was brewing before Nicole. Maybe the fact that he was trying to be somebody he wasn't caused resentment. Maybe the fact that he was doing what he thought he was supposed to do, the way his dad would have taught him. The way his dad said, you have to grow up, and you have to get married, and you have to have children, and you have to do this and that. Because, let's be honest, that's what a lot of men raise their sons to do. I'm not saying all men do, but a lot of men do. They raise their sons to be, you gotta be manly, and you gotta get a wife and children, and have a job, and blah, blah, blah. So maybe he tried doing that. Maybe he was bisexual. Maybe he was, because the way Shanann used to talk about it in text messages, her and Chris, before that 5-week separation, her and Chris used to have sex all the time. And Nicole has said the same thing. So that would lead me to believe, not that he was closeted gay, but that he was bisexual. Now, I'm not saying all this is true. That's not where I'm going. I'm just telling you what the video says. But if the video is absolutely correct, and I don't know, it would lead me to believe that Chris wasn't a closeted gay man. It would lead me to believe that Chris was a bisexual man. And while he enjoyed sex with his wife, and then later on Nicole, he maybe also enjoyed sex with men. And maybe he didn't want anybody to know about it. And maybe that was causing resentment, him trying to be a husband and a father and this and that and the other. And at the same time, maybe he was sneaking off to meet this guy. Or maybe other guys. Like I said, there's been a few that's come forward. There was also whispers in the prison, as I mentioned earlier, about the Vaseline, certain guards doing favors for him. Hints that maybe, like I said, he was having a relationship with one of the guards. Unless you personally know Chris and you know everything about his life, I don't think you can completely rule this out. You can if you want to. Everybody's entitled to do what the hell they want with this. I don't completely rule it out. I do not rule it out. I'm not saying that I fully believe in it. I would want more proof. But I'm also saying I wouldn't rule this out, that he was living a double life. Like he had his, because according to Trent's timeline, him and Nicole started after him and Trent broke up. But a lot of us believe that him and Nicole's timeline started way before they admit to it. One of my theories is that they met at the gym back when Chris was working out at the gym, because because Shanann's parents were living in the basement. Chris was going to the gym more often. Okay, so maybe he was still having this affair with this Trent Bolt and met Nicole at the gym. And maybe, just maybe, he was, the video doesn't say anything about this. This is my speculation at this point. So the video talks about the Trent Bolt thing, and that Trent Bolt's timeline fits, and that Trent Bolt says that he started his affair with Nicole after him and Trent broke up. But so here's my theory. If we're going to go with that, if we're going to run with that, maybe he was still seeing Trent and was working it at the gym. Maybe he saw Nicole from afar away. I've said this before. This is one of my theories. Maybe there was passing glances originally, and then maybe there was a polite hi every once in a while, and then maybe there was conversations over coffee after a gym workout. You know what I'm saying? Because it was after that she applied to Anadarko. Some people think that he met Nicole. Well, Nicole found him on Facebook. Maybe she was on Facebook looking for healthy, like health groups on Facebook. She ran across Thrive/Shanann. Started watching some of Shanann's stuff. Saw Chris in the background and went, ooh la la, I want that for myself. While others believe in the gym theory that they met at the gym. But most people believe, whether you believe that Chris met Nicole on Facebook, or Chris met Nicole on Facebook, Nicole found him on Facebook and applied at Anadarko, or whether you believe they met at the gym. Depending on when him and Trent split up, it's possible while he was still married to Shanann and sneaking off to see Trent, maybe he met Nicole at the gym. Like originally, they spotted each other. They were both working at the same gym at the same time, the same night, whatever. Maybe he spotted Nicole from a distance. Maybe she spotted him. Maybe there was, like I said, some glances, and then some smiles and some waves, and maybe a conversation, and then things kind of went from there. Either way, according to Trent, Chris broke up with him and started dating Nicole. So it is possible. It is possible, my opinion. It is possible. If this Trent guy is telling the truth. If Chris really was dating Trent and then started dating Nicole, it is possible that he broke up with Trent to be with Nicole because he could only handle 2 relationships at a time and not 3. It was hard enough juggling 2. We add another woman into it, we've got a lot going on. And at the same time, he would have to juggle his wife, his kids, Trent Bolt, and Nicole. No, so somebody had to go. Probably Trent. Like I said, if this guy is absolutely telling the truth, if this Trent Bolt is absolutely telling the truth, it is possible that Chris was bisexual. It is possible. And the reason why I say bisexual and not closeted gay is because, according to Shanann, before that 5-week split up, Chris and Shanann had sex all the time. And Nicole used to say the same thing. When he was dating Chris, they had sex all the time. So that would mean he enjoys sex with women. But if he was also seeing Trent Bolt, he enjoys sex with men. So instead of making him a closeted gay, it would make him closeted bisexual. I don't know, man. It's food for thought. And there is a lot talked about in this video. And there's enough receipts. Like I said, there's not enough receipts for me to go, yeah, he was gay. Or he was bisexual. He was having an extra affair. No, there's not enough receipts for me to just jump into that, wholeheartedly. But there are enough receipts for me to go, I wonder. So, like I said, the channel is Secret in the Dark. If you go to his channel, or his, her, their channel, whatever, if you go to the channel, you're going to see lots of Chris Watts videos. Not so much, I mean, there's lots of Watts videos, but most of them that I have run into so far seem to focus primarily around Chris. And then, like I said, there was supposed to be talking, Dylan supposedly mentioned the Vaseline, and that it wasn't for his skin. Guards were looking the other way. Chris got favors that nobody else would get. Chris would get everything he wanted. It is possible. Am I going to sit here and tell you it's likely? I don't think so. But you know what? With Chris Watts, at this point, nothing would shock me. Nothing would faze me. I'd be like, yeah, he probably did it. So that's tonight's video. You guys will have to discuss it in the comments. You'll have to tell me what you think of the information I presented tonight. Go check out Secret in the Dark. Go show that channel some love. You'll find some very interesting videos on there. And I'll probably be covering some more of them. This was the one that caught my attention, because I do remember this Trent Bolt coming forward after Chris was arrested. But according to this video, there was more men. So, I don't know, man. It's something. Anyway, you be sure and let me know in the video. What you think about the theory about him being gay or bisexual, and him possibly having relationships in the prison. Oh, and according to this video, before I wrap this up completely, right here, there apparently was a man that would come to see Chris, but no one knew who he was. He wasn't in the visitor's log or anything. I don't know how that works, especially in prison. So maybe you should go check out his video. Maybe you should just do it for yourself. Because I thought that was kind of odd. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up tonight. Was Chris gay? Was he bisexual? Was he cheating on Shanann probably the whole time they were together, maybe with men and then Nicole? Were there women before Nicole? Women and then Trent Bolt and a few other men and then Nicole? I don't know. I'd kind of like to know. This might be an interesting rabbit hole to go down. So I'm going to wrap this up. I want everybody to have a happy birthday. Happy anniversary. Make good choices. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Because I care about each and every one of you. So y'all have a beautiful and blessed night. And I hope to see some of you on Friday.